we receive the Holy Spirit through the sacrament of baptism. At confirmation, the Spirit's presence in us is fully confirmed. At confirmation, we receive the fullness of the Holy Spirit. What we receive at baptism in our relationship with the Holy Spirit, and what we receive at confirmation is a betrothal that is given to marriage. We are given as bride of the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit in marriage, just like in those days, little girls will be betrothed to a man. We call it in this modern time engagement. The arrangement is made between the parents. I made reference to the marriage for us to understand what happens in our relationship with the Holy Spirit at baptism and at confirmation. Most of us were baptized as infants. Most of us were baptized as infants. That's why I said it's like betrothal. It's without our consent that we are baptized as infants. We were introduced to our husband, so to speak, to the Holy Spirit at infant, so that he begins to take care of us from infancy. Confirmation is supposed to be a sacrament we receive as adults that shows that we are matured as Christians, that we are ready for war, that we are now soldiers of Jesus Christ. That is what confirmation signifies. But these days, at what age do our children receive confirmation? Many of us are still at the level of betrothal, the arrangement made by our parents through baptism and confirmation, to the extent that there is no lively fellowship, individuals' lively fellowship with the Holy Spirit. We are born anew once we begin to fellowship with the Holy Spirit. Each and every one of us, if we are asked now, are you sure you have the Holy Spirit? Do you have the Holy Spirit in you? Do you fellowship with the Holy Spirit? Do you enjoy companionship with the Holy Spirit? Everyone seated here will say yes. I have the Holy Spirit. After all, baptism and confirmation, I received him. St. Paul says in Galatians chapter 5 verse 16 to 25. Brethren, walk by the Spirit, and do not gratify the desires of the flesh. If the flesh is still guiding and leading you, then you have not started having fellowship with the Holy Spirit. He says, now the works of the flesh are plain. Immorality. If you are still living life of fornication, you cannot claim to be fellowshipping with the Holy Spirit. Life of fornication, life of adultery. When the Holy Spirit comes, he quenches every undue desire. He silences it. And when you are here as a young man, you are saying, oh, I cannot do without this, I cannot do without that. That means that the Holy Spirit is not there. If the Holy Spirit comes, everything quenches. You say you cannot overcome it. You cannot do anything about it. How can you not do anything about it? Why will you not be able to do anything about it? Because the Holy Spirit is not in you. The sign that you are still desiring another woman, even though you are in marriage, shows that the Holy Spirit is not operational in you. No matter how you claim that you have him, no matter how you pray and you jump up and you pray in tongue, but you have not subdued the flesh, immorality is ruling in your life and you are praying in tongue. It is very possible. Because these days, you may not even know the praying in tongue that is from the Holy Spirit. And the one we have learned. You still indulge in masturbation. You say, I'm free from fornication. But what about masturbation? I am free from fornication. I am free from adultery. But what about the one you commit with your phone? We cannot say that the Holy Spirit is in us when we are still being ruled by jealousy, anger, selfishness, jealousy. When you do not appreciate what God is doing in the life of your sister, what God is doing in the life of your brother, and jealousy is tearing you apart. Jealousy is tearing community apart. You cannot claim that the Holy Spirit is there. If the Holy Spirit is there, you will be able to appreciate what God is doing in the life of your sister. You will appreciate what God is doing in the life of your brother. And you will not allow jealousy and envy to tear the family apart. Families are not united because the unifying factor is not there, the Holy Spirit. Communities are not united because the unifying factor is not there. Party spirit. You cannot claim, even in our religious gatherings, in our groups and associations, that the Holy Spirit is directing and guiding us when we admit party spirit. People separate into parties, separate into groupings, even in a religious organization. And all of us will be jumping up that the Holy Spirit is there. Jumping up that the Holy Spirit is moving us. These days, everybody claims that the Holy Spirit is moving him or her. But if you will be sincere to yourself and go through Galatians chapter 5 from verse 16 to 25, you will know whether you are walking with the Holy Spirit or walking with another spirit. You cannot continue in drunkenness and you think that the Holy Spirit is there. Two of them cannot meet. St. Paul says in Ephesians chapter 5 verse 18, say, do not be drunk with wine, but be filled with the Holy Spirit. Two of them cannot meet. Ask those who drink why they drink. If you tell me that it helps your digestion, it helps your digestion, one glass of it is enough for the digestion if you are using it as a beverage. Somebody will tell me, but St. Paul told Timothy, drink little wine because of your stomach. Are you having stomach problem? Some people will say, I drink but I don't get drunk. Are you sure you are not drunk? You don't get drunk when you drink. When even a glass of alcohol is already controlling you, controlling your actions, you're already drunk. You are being controlled by something. Just because you want to get a bottle from an occasion, you fight. Alcohol is already controlling you. Maybe because you want to get a bottle and you deny your children and your wife your company. Every evening you go, one bottle. Every evening off you go, just for one bottle. You will say, I only go out to drink one bottle. But the fact is that alcohol is already controlling you. It's already controlling you. You go to an occasion, you fight, and they break your skin just because of one bottle. That means that you're already being controlled by alcohol. You don't wait until you finish a carton before you know that you are drunk. Jesus Christ says, peace I give to you, joy, happiness, love I give to you, but not the way the world gives it. Peace comes from the Holy Spirit, but not the way alcohol will give it to you. Joy comes from the Holy Spirit, but not the way alcohol will give it to you. You cannot enjoy the peace from alcohol and get away with it. You cannot enjoy the love from alcohol and get away with it. Because drunkenness does not come alone. It comes with promiscuity, immorality. It comes with wastage. And after that, the next day, the devil returns to show you the wickedness of your action.